Today is the 21st February 2017. We are third-year students at IES Nicolás Copérnico in Écija, Sevilla. We are going to interview Nathan Williams. He is our language assistant this year. He comes from Australia, a very different and exotic country for us. We hope you like this interview. Let's begin with the questions.
Nathan, where did you come in Australia and what is it like?
I come from Melbourne in Australia. It's one of the biggest cities in Australia in the southeast. It's quite cold because it's in the south, especially in winter. It's well known for its theatre and art and sport and coffee. And I think it's a city that has everything. It has the beach, it has the big city, it has mountain ranges, anything you could want in a city.
What was your job in Melbourne?
I have two jobs. My first one is to work with the elderly as a physiotherapist, and I help them with their balance and their pain with exercise, massage and other things. And my other job is in television as a production assistant, so I have to do the driving of important people, shopping, going to get coffees, and all the things that people may not want to do. And the biggest show I worked on was MasterChef Australia.
Why did you choose a Spanish school to help students speak English?
Because I wanted to come and explore Europe, and I heard that Spanish is not too hard to learn, because I wanted to learn another language as well. And I also heard that Spain has the best weather.
What is the most interesting place you have visited so far?
I would say Cordoba, which is a city about an hour from here, and it has really rich history, much older than Australia as far as we know, and it has a mix of cultures, which you see when you see the big mosque and the Roman bridge and the big wall around the city and everything else that is in the city. Very pretty.
What other places do you still want to visit?
I still want to go to the islands in Spain and live on the beach in the sun, but I have to wait for summer until that happens. It's not really warm enough at the moment. And I also want to go to Iceland to see the northern lights.
Nathan, what are your hobbies?
I like reading, TV, movies, travelling, eating new and interesting foods, and Australian rules football.
Do you play any sport?
Not anymore. I used to play Aussie rules football, but now I just watch and enjoy from the crowd. But my city of Melbourne is very famous for sport. We have the Australian Open in tennis, we have the Australian Grand Prix in Formula 1 and motorbike riding, we have the pro surfing competition, the grand final in Aussie rules, so a very big sporting city.
What type of music do you listen to?
I suppose it's what you would call alternative rock, like Arcade Fire and similar bands. And I also like old bands like the Beatles and old soul singers from America and movie soundtracks.
What's your favorite Australian food? And do you like Spanish food?
My favourite food from home, it's very popular there, but I'm not sure if it's from Australia, but it's called a meat pie, which is a hot pastry dish. It's savoury with meat and gravy inside, and you put your tomato sauce on top, and it's delicious, and you have a pie at the football. And Spanish food, yes, I like tapas, which we have at home, and my favourite dish here is croquetas, which we call croquettes at home, and patatas bravas, which is like potatoes with spicy sauce.
What are your plans for the future?
My plan is to travel around Spain as much as I can, and then also around Europe. Possibly renew this program for another year and stay here for 1 year more, and then to go home eventually.
Would you come back to Spain in the future?
Absolutely, and hopefully next time when I come back, we can speak Spanish in this interview.
Now, let's finish with some questions about Australia.
Why is Canberra the capital city of Australia?
Because at the time there was some disagreement between Sydney and Melbourne around which city should be the capital. So they decided to have a compromise and to put it right in the middle. And that city was Canberra, and so Canberra became Australia's capital city.
Nathan, do you know any Aboriginal people?
Perfect. Yes, I've worked with many Aboriginal people, and they wear clothes like you and me and have jobs and do everything that we do. But they still celebrate their culture and traditions, and that's why you see a lot of the time the painting and the dancing that they do that you might see on television. But we do still have a long way to go in terms of mending the relationship between European Australians and Aboriginal Australians in terms of health outcomes, life expectancy, and some other issues.
Is it true that water turns in the opposite direction in Australia?
That's actually a myth. It depends more on the size of the sink or the position of the water jets in the toilet. You might find the same changes happen here, but I see that means that you're a fan of The Simpsons, which I am too, so very good.
Is it true that you shorten many words in Australia?
It is true. One I said before is Australian becomes Aussie, football becomes footy, McDonald's, the food restaurant, becomes Macca's, and breakfast becomes brekkie.
Have you ever eaten kangaroo meat? Are they really boxers?
Yes, I have. It's very popular with people who are trying to get fit because it's very high in protein, and it tastes a bit like a beef steak, sometimes a little bit more chewy. And are they boxers? Yes, that's true in some sense, because when the young males fight, they have to hook their arms around each other, and then instead of boxing, they more hook on and then use their legs to kick each other. The boxing kangaroo.
Well, that was quite enough. Thank you very much, Nathan. We love learning about your country and about you. And to our viewers,
Goodbye!